All right, collective, let's get into a reading. So, friendly reminder, guys, if you need anything from me, check it out in the comment section down below. You can always find these early on Patreon or as a channel member. We're just going to do a general reading and just kind of see the overall energy coming out for you. Let's see. Overall energy coming out for the collective. Keep your heart open. Listen to what you know to be true. The universe could be asking for you to go out and have some fun here in your upcoming future. I'm saying that you've been working really hard, but I'm also saying that you might not be balancing that with a lot of fun or laughter. So they are wanting you to do that more. Now here within the next 17 days, 17 hours, or 17 weeks, there is going to be an opportunity for you to make the first move to communicate with someone. Could be a Scorpio, could be a Gemini. And they're inviting you to do that, okay? Make the first move. This could be someone you have history with that's done hurt you or stung you, but for a lot of you, it isn't. For a lot of you, it's someone new where you're going to have fun with this person. This person is going to allow you to talk less and feel more. And this person's going to be more on the leader aspect of things. They're going to allow you to reflect on your priorities and see where maybe you've been going kind of wild mentally and where you need to kind of slow down, release negativity, clear your mind, and just allow, okay? All right, let's get the past energy for you. Past energy for the collective. Moving on from something because you started seeking more. Some of you could have left home. Some of you could have changed your priorities, whether it was a person, a place, a thing. But you got to a point where you made the choice and you stopped procrastinating or overanalyzing. Some of you could have been addicted to someone or something, or you could have got overwhelmed with the options or the choices. So then it was kind of like analysis paralysis. It's too much, so I'm not going to deal with it. I'm saying, though, that you went towards a new beginning. Okay? I'm saying that if this was a person, it could have been someone that you fell in love with. It could have been someone who was very flirtatious and romantic. It could have been someone where like a sudden love affair started, but I am saying that there was lack of balance here. I'm saying that you could have celebrated it, but I'm also saying it's like this relationship, this job, this career, this home made your heart flutter, but it also put you in a state of fight or flight. But I think it also helped you go inward and say, what do I want? What do I want in my personal life? What brings me peace? What brings me contentment? And what does that look like? If I could picture it, what does that look like? And for a lot of you, you wanted to have more fun. I want a relationship that brings something out in me, and this isn't it. I want a job that I enjoy going to, and this isn't it. So in the past, you let something go. What's your current energy? Current energy, you've got a lot of fear. You could be having a hard time sleeping. Okay, first off, I have a lot of swords here, which is overthinking. So make sure that you're not allowing your mind to make a reality that's not reality. Your mind will try to protect you, even if there's nothing to protect you from, okay? I see for some of you in your current energy, you could be getting over an addiction, whether it's a food addiction, a shopping addiction, an actual addiction. You could be at the place where you're starting to conquer it and you feel like you can achieve it. I'm seeing in your current moment that you could be focusing on your career. I see in your current moment that you could be finding a lot of humor in situations that others see as difficult because you're viewing it from a logical or practical perspective. I'm also seeing you as someone who's viewed as brilliant and someone who's transformed. Here in your current moment, there will be a new opportunity being presented to you and you get to decide whether or not you want to entertain it. I'm also seeing that you could have some sort of conversation here coming up with someone where you get to decide what you want to do, but you're going to have to make a choice very quickly. They're telling you to make this choice from logic, not emotion. For some of you, this is going to be like a marriage proposal. For some of you, this is going to be having children or moving. It's something where you can trust what you're choosing or what you're going to, because it's going to ultimately lead to emotional fulfillment. But here coming up, there could be an opportunity for you to make a choice to get you closer to it or to get you further away. So there might be an issue with like a child here coming up in your near future, because we're in the present, where you're going to have to decide how you're going to approach that issue. And I see that you're going to approach the issue where you're going to continue to build trust with that child, where you're going to continue to build a deep emotional bond with that child. If this is a career, you're going to make the right career choice because you reviewed your options carefully. And it's going to bring a lot of emotional fulfillment. But I'm seeing that these choices are going to have to be made quickly, almost quicker than what you would want. I don't really want to parent right now from a place of emotion, but I'm going to have to because I got 5 minutes to get this done. That could be how some of you are feeling. All right, future energy for you. Future energy. I'm saying that your ego could be wanting you to stay stuck in something that you should not be stuck in. Some of you could want to stay in a challenging career, challenging relationship, challenging friendship, challenging family dynamics, simply because in your mind you're already trapped. They're asking in your future for you to accept responsibility for your situation. If you're filing bankruptcy, yeah, your boyfriend or your girlfriend might not have helped, but ultimately, whose choice was it to get those credit cards? Whose choice was it to allow that boyfriend or that girlfriend to get it out of their wallet? And the first time you've seen that you couldn't trust them, why didn't you cut them off? They're asking you in your future to accept responsibility for your choices in your situation, because only then can you get your butt out of it, okay? They're telling you that you're going to get maybe a message of truth or a message of bad news, and it's going to be blunt. But getting that information is going to allow you to see this challenging time so you can get through it. You might want to take some time to rest or meditate. It could even make you drained or exhausted having to deal with this, having to deal with like this toxic family dynamic. Some of you, this is an addiction, where it's like you're conquering it in the current moment, but in the future, it's going to kind of take the wrath of you again. But I'm ultimately seeing that you are going to be taking the next steps, okay? So yeah, your ego might try to trap you for a moment. Your ego might try to tell you, oh, you know that you have to stay with so-and-so because nobody else is going to love you. There is going to be a moment where your addiction is going to trap you. That lover's going to trap you. You're going to think that you can't go find another job, that this is the only career you have. But after a moment of you being blunt with yourself and you really shifting your perspective, you're going to take some time to rest because it's going to mentally drain you. And then you're going to stand up for what you believe is true. And in your mind, I'll be damned if that's the truth, because you're bold, you're ambitious. And if you can't get your dream done by yourself, you're the kind of person where you're like, okay, I'll get people to help me then. If I can't do it by myself, I'll partner with people who see the dream and who can help me go after it. That's where you're at. And I see that you're going to continue to move forward, okay? I'm seeing that you're going to be very successful here coming in. And I'm also seeing that you need to be careful around who you're taking advice from, because some of you could have family member or friends around you that aren't necessarily like-minded. So how they would handle situations or instances, you would handle different. What they would deal with or what they would tolerate, you wouldn't. So be careful of taking advice from people who maybe live a traditional life and you don't, or vice versa. Because you guys aren't necessarily like-minded, okay? And you can't seek answers from people who would not live the same life as you. Example, let's say that you go to your friend and you're like, hey, so-and-so cheated on me for the 7th time. That friend is either going to tell you to stay or leave. If you decide to stay, you might hate it. Well, why did you listen to that friend? They told you to stay because maybe to them that's comfortable. They're okay with that. You might then regret taking their advice though. Same if you leave. You might regret not giving it another shot. People can give you their opinions, their thoughts, their views, but at the end of the day, when you make the choice and you've went to bed with that choice, when you put the nail in the coffin, you're the one that has to live with the regret, the shame, the remorse, or the excitement from the choices that you make. And I am seeing that there could be people around you who will be quick to give you advice, but you can't find the answer that you need in someone else's opinion or what they would do. Because it's easy to say what you're going to do when you're not in that predicament, okay? That's what I'm saying. So make sure that you're being logical when it comes to what you're wanting, and make sure that you're recognizing that you're coming up as an Emperor energy. You're the kind of personality where you can take charge of a situation and you can make choices and decisions at the drop of a dime and then be good choices because you have been trained to be that version of yourself. And you should never doubt it or second guess it. You're structured, you're disciplined, and there's a reason why you can't find answers in others, because they wouldn't show up toward your life the way you would. And that's okay. But just look at those people who are giving you answers and stuff and say, would I want to live their life? Would I be proud to have the life that they want? Because if the answer is no, then you definitely need to follow your own advice and your own path, because only then will you get something completely different from them. Okay? All right, I'm going to leave this here. See you soon. Bye, guys.